your lesson on multiplying fractions to help you with the worksheets you've got over Easter. So to multiply fractions, you multiply the numerator and then you multiply the denominator. So at the top there, as you can see, you've got 1/3 times 2/3 equals 2/9. So what she's done is she's multiplied 1 times 2 to get 2 as her numerator and 3 times 3 to get 9 as a denominator. Is Anna right? Let's look. Quickly multiply fractions, we multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 3 equals 6. So therefore our numerator is going to be 1 and our denominator is going to be 6, which gives us the answer 1/6. This works for any fractions you want. Looking at this example here, we've got 1 times 2 and we've got equaling 2 and we've got 3 times 3 which equals 9. So our answer is going to be 2/9. So we multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. It's very simple to do. We've got a quarter times 2/3. So we're going to multiply the numerators, 1 times 2, get 2. We're going to multiply the denominators, 4 times 3 to get 12. And that gives our answer as 2/12. Now, what we can do is we can improve the answer because we can simplify it. We can divide, we know that 2 can go into 2 and can go into 12. So it's going to give us the answer 1/6 because we can divide them both by 2 to get the answer 1/6. 2/3 times 1/5, 2 times 1 at the top, 2, 3 times 5 at the bottom, 15 is going to give us 2/15. Can we simplify this fraction? Can we have a think? The answer is no, we can't simplify this fraction because they have no common factors, 2 or 15. I've got 3/4 times 2/5. So again, what do we do first? We multiply the numerators. So 3 times 2 gives us 6, and 4 times 5 gives us 20. Now, is there any common multiple? Is there any common factors of 6 and 2? 20? The answer is yes. The common factor is 2, so we can divide both sides by 2 to give us 3/10. 5, 6 times 3/5 is going to give us, we're going to multiply the numerators, 5 times 3 to get 15, and we're going to multiply 6 times 5 to get 30. Do we recognise anything about 15 and 30? I can recognise that 15 and 30, that 30 is double 15, so that's going to mean that, and 15 is half of 30, so that means it's going to equal a half. So who's wrong and can they improve their answer, and what is the answer? So Sarah's done 2/3 times 4/5. She's got the answer 6/15. So what you need to remember, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So she's done 2 times 4 and got 6. 2 times 4 isn't 6, 2 times 4 is 8. So she should have got 8/15. Is 8, and 3 times 5, she's got correct, is 15, so she's got 8/15. At the bottom, Julie has done 2 times 3, multiplied the numerators to get 6, and she's got that correct, well done, and she's done 3 times 5 to get 15. However, she can improve that. She can simplify that. So that would then give her the answer 2/5. Okay, I hope this will help you when you are working out your multiplying fraction. Thank you. Hello. And in this quick lesson, we'll be looking at how to find fractions of amounts, and just a quick recap of how we do that. So the best way to find fractions of amounts is to divide by the denominator and multiply by the numerator. For example, finding 3/5 of an amount, you must divide by the 5, the denominator, and then multiply your answer by the 3. So we're going to look at a few examples on how we we're going to shade a fifth of this bar model. So that will shade one of them, and that will go up here. And we'll shade. We have done here. Not very well, I might put, but that's a fifth shaded. Now, that means 1/5 of this number here, 20, is what we're going to find. So to find a fifth, we're going to divide by 5. So 20 divided by 5 equals 4. So we've divided by the denominator. Do we need to multiply by the numerator? No, because the numerator is 1. So the answer would be 4. It's more advanced problems, but this time we've got 3/5 of 20. So we've got 1, 2, 3 already shaded in, and we want to find out what this is now. So we've got 3/5 of 200. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide 200 by 5. 200 divided by 5. I know that 5 goes into 20 if we ignore the 0 4 times. So that means that 1/5 is going to not be 4, it's going to be 40. Is my answer done? No, I want 3/5. So now I've got to multiply by the numerator. So 40 multiplied by 3. Excuse my drawing there. So we can use our number factor. 4 times 3 is 12, but it's 4 times. It's 40 times 3, so it's going to be 120. Again, for this one, 140. We're finding 2 7s. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 140 divided by 7. Again, if we ignore the 0, we can see that it's 14 divided by 7, which is 2, but it's 140, so it's going to be 20. We've got 2 at the top as our numerator, so we're going to do 20 multiplied by 2, which equals 40. So here's just some examples what you can try on your own. So we've got 4 ninths of 1,800 and 3 elevenths of 990. Try those problems now on your own. Divide by the denominator, then multiply by the numerator and see if you get the answer. To work out fractions of amounts, you can draw a bar model like this, or if you understand that, then the quickest way would be to divide the total amount by the denominator, like we said before, then multiply the answer by the numerator. That is basically doing what the bar model shows, but quicker. Here's how. So we're going to do 1,800 divided by 9 equals 200. You could use your multiplication knowledge for this. So if we take off the zeros there, what can we see? We see 18 divided by 9, which is 2, and then we can add them back on to get 200. 200 is a ninth of 1,800. But we want to know what 4 ninths is. So we need to multiply by the 4, which is our numerator. So 200 times 4 equals 800. So 4 ninths of 1,800 equals 800. In a school of 480 pupils, 2/3 are juniors. So let's use our knowledge. So 480 divided by 3. A bit difficult. So I'm going to use my short multiplication. So I'm going to do 3 into 480. 3's into 4 go 1, remainder 1. 3's into 16 go into 18, sorry, goes 6, no remainders. 3's into 0 go 0. So our answer is 160. Gary says that there are 160 juniors because 480 divided by 3 equals 160. Is he correct? He's not correct because we're not finding a third, we are finding 2/3. So what we need to do is multiply our 160 by 2. So 160 multiplied then by our 2, excuse my drawing again, and our answer there. So 2 times 16 is 32, but it's 2 times 160, so it's going to be 320.
Fractions divided by whole numbers is the lesson we're going to be looking at today. So we're going to start with what is a half divided by 2. Looking at the language there, divided by 2. So we've got a half and we're going to divide by 2. So we're going to take that half, what we've got on this side, that half, and cut it into 2. Now, you may have already thought about this and you may have thought, right, I've got half and I've divided it by 2. So now I've got this bit here, which is a quarter. So a quarter. I said that. As you can see now on the board, we can see that a half divided by... Now, what is a third divided by 2? So we're going to divide this section here, which is a third, into 2. So now, what have we got? So we've now got, easy to see on a pie, apple pie, as we can see here, we've got this third is now been split into 6. So our answer, we can see, a third divided by 2 is 1/6. 1/3 divided by 2 is 1/6. So we can see that there. The 3 and the 2 in the relation to the 6, which is helpful. So now we've got 1/2, and we're dividing that half, what we've done here, into 6. So now, those sections, 1/2 divided by those sections are all worth 1/12. So 1/2 divided by 6 equals 1/12. Can we see that connection again? 2 times 6 makes 12 at the bottom. And what is 1/2 divided by 5? So we're going to take this half we've got and divide it into 5 sections. As you can see there, they've been divided into 5 sections. So we're looking at this section here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want one of these sections, so we've got a 10th. So 1/2 divided by 5 equals 10. What is 1/2 divided by 3? Which one of those sections worth? It is worth a 1/6. So we can see now again that there and that equal 6 there. So 1/2 divided by 3 equals 1/6. Now let's look for the connections. 1/2 divided by 2 is 1/4. 1/3 divided by 2 is 6. 1/2 divided by 6 is 12. And 1/2 divided by 5 is 10th. It seems that we could turn each into a multiplication by putting each number over that bracket. So we can put a 1 over all the numbers we're dividing by and times that there. We see that the multiplication and division are closely connected. Okay, so let's try a few more. What is 1/3 divided by 3? 1/3 divided by 3, if we put that over 1 and we times it, we get 1 times 1 to make 1 as our numerator, and we get 3 times 3 to make 9 as our denominator. What is 1/3 divided by 4? 1/3 divided by 4 is also 1/4 of 1/3. So we've got 1/3 divided by 4. So we're going to put that over 1 and we're going to multiply. So 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 4 is 12. So 1/12. Now let's add some numerators. 2/3 divided by 4. Again, I'm going to put over 1. Then that's going to give me 2 times 1 is 2. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 12ths, and we have then simplified it because 2 and 12 are both multiples of 2, so we can divide them both by 2 to get 1/6. Last one, 3/4 divided by 5. Again, put it over 1, times it. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 5 is 20. 3/20 is your answer. Hopefully you can apply those skills to your lesson, what you do now. Remember, put the number you're dividing by, put 1 as a numerator, keep your whole number you're dividing by as your denominator, and then just times it, and that will give you your answers. Okay, best of luck with your work. Thank you.